Hi everybody. Okay, let's get started. So today we are going to be talking about fat loss resistance, stubborn weight that won't move, and the most common reasons why you can't lose fat. Now, this isn't for those who are eating donuts daily, drinking fizzy drinks and drinking Starbucks frappuccinos every day. Okay, that isn't for you. If that's you, you got to start there. But most of the women that come into this group or follow me are women who, if they're struggling with their weight, they've done the basics. It's for those who follow a relatively good diet and exercise, but still struggle to lose that weight. And I know there's lots of you, and I know it's a massive problem. We are told that to lose body fat, we need to eat less and exercise more. And if it doesn't work, we need to do more of that. We need to eat even less, and we need to exercise even more. And I want you to listen really carefully to this, your physiology is what determines how well you respond to diet and to exercise, and thus how easily you lose weight. When you're following a good diet and exercising regularly and not eating a ton of rubbish and you still can't lose weight, there is something in your physiology that is stopping you from losing weight. We can't lose fat just by doing loads of exercise and cutting our diet. We can only lose fat to the degree that our physiology will allow us to do so. You can diet and you can exercise all you like, but it won't work. And the problem is, everyone wants a quick fix. There isn't one. If you're struggling to lose body fat, if you can't lose weight and you want to, you've got to stop dieting, you've got to stop over exercising, you've got to stop trying to find that quick fix and focus on getting your body into tip-top health. And yes, that does mean investing time and money sometimes into your health so that you can achieve that. But as I say to everyone, if you don't have your health, what do you have? Poor health means you don't have anything. And diet or what you eat and movement alone are not enough to fix that broken physiology. You can't eat your way out of that physiology. You can't exercise your way out of that physiology. A healthy body doesn't have a hard time losing weight, losing body fat. It will happen very easily when you're eating the right amount, you're eating the right types of foods, and you are, doing movement and exercising. If you are, if your physiology is working well, then you will lose weight. But unfortunately, if that's not happening, then there's something broken in your physiology that needs looking at, needs fixing. So let's dig into the most common underlying factors of broken physiology that I see on a regular basis, because if you've been following a good diet and exercising and you still can't lose weight, it's not that you need to change that. It's most likely due to one or more of these factors. And there's more than 6 factors. Today, I am going to focus on the top 4 that I see the most often. So the first one is blood sugar and insulin. So almost everybody that I work with has issues with their blood sugar and their insulin to some degree. Everybody. And there's 2 types of issues with blood sugar and insulin. There is chronically elevated and there's fluctuating blood sugar. Okay, so some people's their blood sugar is elevated, a lot of the time, and it never comes down into a healthy range. And others, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. Each one of those, both of those, involves insulin surging. And insulin leads to a number of issues that stop you from losing weight. It impacts on your hormone balance, your sex hormones. It impacts on inflammation, so it can cause inflammation in the body, which promotes fat gain. And it can impact on something called leptin resistance, which in a nutshell just makes you feel hungry all the time. And then there's its impact with stress and cortisol. Stress and cortisol have a big impact on your blood sugar and your ability to control your blood sugar. Now, how many of you are not stressed to some degree? Everybody is walking around stressed to some degree. And if that's the case, then it is going to be impacting on your blood sugar. And your blood sugar affects your sleep as well. And this is a vicious cycle, because if you're not sleeping well, then your blood sugar is going to be dysregulated the next day, and you're going to be craving carbohydrates, and the whole cycle continues. Diet and exercise alone are not enough to fix broken physiology when it comes to your blood sugar control. Okay, you absolutely have to get your diet right in order to improve your blood sugar control. But alone, that's not enough. You have to also work on the stress. You've got to keep your cortisol in check, and you've got to support your minerals that influence your blood sugar and your ability to control your blood sugar and how much insulin you release when you eat carbohydrates. And that's something that can only be done by understanding what's going on with your own minerals. So that's the first one. The second connection with fat loss resistance is the thyroid connection. Your thyroid system is responsible for your body's metabolic rate, and it's like the motor for your metabolism. It revs it up and down. If your thyroid system function is low, everything slows down, including fat loss. But it also impacts your moods. It impacts digestion, so it slows down your digestive system. It impacts your ability to produce energy. It slows everything down, and of course all of those impact your ability to lose fat as well. It is extremely common. There is what I call an endemic or a pandemic of thyroid. I hate using that term, but there is, such a problem with thyroid issues, undiagnosed thyroid issues. And the reason I say undiagnosed is because there are so many women who have not got to the stage where they are full-blown hypothyroid that would be picked up by a GP with a blood test, but their thyroid system is not working properly. So they're told everything's fine, but they've got all the symptoms of underactive thyroid, and they feel that there's something not right, but they're told no, everything's normal, and it's not normal. And if you have got a problem with your thyroid system and you can't utilize thyroid hormone properly, and it can't get into the cells and rev up your metabolism like it should do, you're not going to lose weight. And so it's really important to know whether you do have a problem with that thyroid system. And that's why the thyroid is one of the top connections to fat loss resistance that I see most commonly with women who are in their 40s and 50s. And then thirdly, there is the sex hormone connection. Many of you will probably be thinking that this is the cause of your inability to lose fat going into perimenopause and menopause. It's all about your sex hormones. It is a factor, of course. And if you have underlying issues with your blood sugar control and your thyroid, for example, when you hit perimenopause, you absolutely, it can make it worse. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, they all have powerful effects on your whole body. And systems like your digestive system, your thyroid system, your blood sugar control, your stress production, they all interact with sex hormones, and thus they affect their function. Everything's linked. Nothing in the body works in silo. If sex hormones are imbalanced, this can certainly make it a lot harder to lose body fat. And sadly, quick fixes like taking pills, using HRT, creams, even birth control pills, etc., will not solve fat loss resistance, and in some cases can make it more difficult. So if you're looking for a quick fix, I'm sorry to say, you'll have already discovered this. You're not going to find one, because that's not how the body works. Your body is doing everything it can to keep you safe and keep you alive. That's its number one priority. It's its only priority. And so if the body doesn't feel safe enough to lose body fat, it won't. It doesn't matter what you do, how much exercise you do, how little you eat. If this stuff is going on with your underlying physiology, you're not going to get the improvements you're looking for. And then we've got toxicity. This is number 4. So number 4, connection to fat loss resistance is toxicity. We live in a highly and increasingly toxic world with more industrial and environmental toxins than we ever have in human history. And it's getting worse every day as more chemicals are used and more chemicals are, we come into contact with them. And they have a major impact on our health and our ability to lose body fat, but our health as well. And let's not forget, that's the most important thing. If you're not able to lose body fat, it's because there's something going on with your body. You're not healthy. Healthy people don't struggle to lose, healthy people don't struggle to lose body fat if they are eating the right amount of food. Your liver is one of your first lines of defense against harmful chemicals, and it's your number 1 detox organ. But detoxification involves many, many metabolic processes for converting toxic substances into less toxic substances and then removing them from the body. Your liver function is really strongly affected by environmental toxins and the health of your other systems in the body. If your liver isn't healthy, the rest of your body isn't healthy, and you're going to struggle to lose fat. Your body will actually lock away toxins into your fat cells to keep them out of harm's way if the liver and the rest of the detox system can't get rid of them. So let me just say that again. If your liver and your detox processes cannot, and don't forget, the liver is part of the detox process, but so is your digestive tract, so is your urinary tract, your kidneys. They are part of the whole detox process and system. If they can't get rid of those toxins because the liver's not working as well as it should be, or it's clogged up, it's got too much, it's too busy, it's too stressed. Your digestive system, if you're not going to the toilet every day, at least once a day, and everything's slowed down, toxins build up. Now the body's got to do something with them. It can't leave them circulating. So what does it do? It puts them out of harm's way. And one of the best places for it to put toxins is your body fat. Your body will lock those toxins away in your fat cells, and your body won't want to release that fat because those toxins are there. So it just becomes more difficult. When I mineral test, I also can see on the very same test 8 very common heavy metals, plus copper, and there's additional elements as well like tin and titanium, which whilst they're not toxic substances per se, they're of no benefit to the body, and we don't know enough about them, but they do indicate poor detox capabilities when they show high in a test. But you can see all of these heavy metals, and it is so common you would not believe. Now the answer is not to go and start just trying to immediately detox heavy metals. Your body has to be strong enough. You've got to have the minerals there in the first place. Okay, so we've talked about the top 4. There are other factors that affect weight loss, which I haven't got time to go into detail about today, but they are things like gut health. I've talked a bit about digestion as I've been talking. Gut health is really important. I've talked about stress and cortisol, again, really important. The immune system, your cellular function, all key to fat loss resistance or the ability to lose body fat. But all of these things have one thing in common, and that has to be in balance in our bodies, and that is, you probably guess what I'm going to say, minerals. Minerals are the spark plugs for your body. Literally nothing works without them. They underlie every system in your body. They affect your ability to control blood sugar. They affect your thyroid system, and especially being able to get thyroid hormones into your cells so that you can use that thyroid hormone. It doesn't matter how much thyroid hormone you're producing. You can be producing ample amounts of what we call T4, thyroxine, but if it can't get into the cells to do its job, you might as well not be producing any. Minerals affect your sex hormone production and balance. They affect how toxic we are. They affect our stress levels. They affect our immune system. They affect our cellular function. They affect everything. Absolutely everything. So you may have listened to what I'm saying today and thought, okay, all well and good, but where do I start? You start with minerals. Always, always start with minerals. If you don't start with minerals and you start trying to deal with other things without getting the minerals right first, it's going to be very, very difficult for you, because minerals are, as I said, the spark plugs of the body. There's what makes everything work and everything go round in the body. Now, if you found this helpful or you're intrigued to know more, you'll want to watch my full masterclass, where I go into all of this in much more detail and explain not just what is causing your symptoms, but what you need to do if you ever want to feel like yourself again. And if you ever want to really sustainably, long-term lose body fat, get your energy back, get rid of other symptoms, whatever they may be for you, low moods, brain fog, poor sleep. If you would like the link to the masterclass, if you haven't already watched it, just comment masterclass and we'll make sure to share the link with you. So just put masterclass wherever you're watching this, and we will make sure to get you the link to watch that. I go into a lot more detail about about everything that I've talked about today. Okay, so we are a little bit over time, but if anyone has any questions, do feel free to ask them. I don't know if they'll come up here. I'm not seeing any questions, but if anyone's got any, do post them. And if they don't come up, I'm not sure that they come up on my mobile, but if they don't, I will answer them. I'll type the answers. So just ask away. But if you want the access to the masterclass, so you can learn more about this, then just comment that masterclass and we will get that to you. So just to summarize, fat loss resistance, if you are doing all the right things and you know you're doing all the right things and you still can't lose body fat, there is something blocking your ability to lose it in your physiology. You can try every diet under the sun, you're going to make things worse. I can assure you, you're going to make things worse if you restrict, if you push yourself too hard because you're pushing your stress levels up, and very likely stress is blocking you from losing body fat. So just dieting, and it's miserable. Who wants to diet? Starving yourself, feeling hungry, it's not a way to lose weight. If it was, you'd do it and it would just work, and it's not working, and there's a reason. So as I've said today, I've gone through 4 of those reasons, the big reasons that I see, which is the blood sugar, the thyroid, the toxicity, and the sex hormone connection, which is the, going through perimenopause, menopause. Plus there are the others that I haven't gone into today. And it's a case of working out which ones are affecting you. You may have an idea or you may not. And that's what I help women to identify. I help them to identify which of the key connections are causing that fat loss resistance, and then give them the steps to follow so that they can actually start to bring their body back into balance and start to lose weight. And it all starts with minerals. All right, I will leave it there. I hope that was helpful. Any questions, please do ask, and I will see you soon. All right, take care. Bye for now.